Hello children, welcome back to the physical science class. Today we are going to learn about luminous and non-luminous objects and to differentiate between transparent, translucent and opaque objects in Unit 15 Light. Come, let's go through the lesson. Light is a form of energy. Light is essential for life to exist. Plants use the energy in sunlight to make food through photosynthesis process. During photosynthesis process, plants give out oxygen that we need to live. The food manufactured by plants provides energy to all animals through various food chains and webs. Light also helps us to see things. Thus, light is important for our food, oxygen, and energy needs. Based on whether or not they give out light, objects can be classified as luminous objects and non-luminous objects. Objects that give out their own light are called luminous objects. Objects that do not give out their own light are called non-luminous objects. All sources of light are luminous objects. The light given out or emitted by luminous objects falls on non-luminous objects and it is then reflected to our eyes. The moon is an example for non-luminous object, but it shines because it reflects the sunlight that falls on it. When light from an object that is luminous or non-luminous reaches the eye, the stimulus is passed on to the brain and we may able to see the particular object. Some examples of luminous objects are the sun, glowing electric bulbs, fireflies, an insect, burning candle, torch, tube light, etc. Some of the common examples of non-luminous objects are pencils, books, vessels, cloths, walls, chair, table, pen, scale, and bag. An object that gives out light is called a source of light. That means any object that emits light is called a source of light. All luminous objects are source of light. Source of light can be classified as natural source of light and artificial source of light. Source of light that are found in nature are called natural source of light. For example, sun, stars, fireflies or some natural source of light. Source of light made by humans are called artificial source of light. Some examples of artificial source of light are candles, oil lamps, electric bulbs, chlorofluorescent lamps, tube lights, candle and torch are made by us and are called artificial source of light. Collect thin sheets of glass, metal, tracing paper, cardboard, cellophane and a sheet of colored paper. Light a candle and place it on a table. Look at the candle flame through the thin sheets. Can you see equally clearly through all of them? We may not able to see equally clearly through all of them. When light falls on an object, one of three things can happen. The light can either pass through the object, be absorbed by the object, or be reflected by the object. On the basis of the amount of light that can pass through them, materials can be classified as transparent, translucent, and opaque. Materials like glass and water allow most of the light that falls on them to pass through. We can see through these materials clearly. Materials that allow most of the light to pass through them completely are called transparent materials. Materials like butter paper, oiled paper, frosted glass, and ground glass allow some light to pass through them. We cannot see through them clearly. Materials that allow only a part of the light to pass through them are called translucent materials. Translucent materials allow light to pass through them partially. Transparent and translucent materials reflect a certain amount of light. If they did not reflect a certain amount of light, we would be unable to see them. They would be invisible. Light cannot pass through some materials like wood, stone, rubber, and metal. Therefore, we cannot see through them. They reflect or absorb almost all the light that falls on them. Materials that do not allow light to pass through them are called opaque materials. Have you ever seen a beam of light traveling in a straight line? In a movie hall, you can see that the light from the projector falls on the screen opposite to it and not anywhere else on the walls of the hall. In both cases, light seems to be traveling in straight lines. How light travels? Light travels in straight lines. This property of light is called rectilinear propagation of light. Now, let's perform an activity to show that light travels in straight lines. For doing that experiment, the items used are a sheet of opaque paper rolled into the pipe and a lit candle. You look at the candle flame through a pipe. Keep a safe distance between the pipe and the flame. Now bend the pipe a little and try to see the flame. We can observe that candle flame can be seen through the straight pipe. Candle flame cannot be seen when the pipe is bent. From this experiment, we can understand that light travels in straight lines. Take three pieces of cardboard and make holes at the same height in each. Arrange them one behind the other so that the holes are in a straight line. Place a lighted candle or any other source of light behind the first cardboard. You will observe that you can see the candle flame from behind the third cardboard. Now, slightly move any one of the cards. Is the light source still visible? You will not be able to see the light source after the cards are shifted. You will notice that when the tube is bent or when one card is slightly moved, the light source is no longer visible. This is because the path of light is cut off or blocked. This proves that light travels in a straight line. A single line of light is known as a ray of light. It is shown by a straight line with an arrow that indicates the direction in which it travels. A collection of rays is called a beam of light. Beams are classified into three types. They are parallel, convergent, and divergent. A beam of light is parallel when the rays of light are parallel to each other. That means the distance between the rays remains the same. A beam of light is convergent when the rays of light meet at a particular point. That is, the distance between the rays keeps decreasing till all the rays meet at a point. A beam of light is divergent when the rays of light spread out from a point. That means the distance between the rays keeps increasing. Light travels in straight lines with a speed of 3 lakh km per second. In SI units, the speed of light is 3 into 10 power 8 meter per second. Light is so fast that there is almost no time gap between an event taking place a few kilometers away from us and us seeing it. Thus, we see events such as the flash of a gun being fired, a gong being struck, or lightning in the sky almost at the same time or at once. However, it takes light a lot more time to travel from faraway objects in space to the earth. Sunlight takes around 8 1 by 4 minutes to travel from the sun to the earth. Light takes several years to travel from the other stars to the earth. Children, I hope that you might understood very well about the source of light and how light travels in a straight line. Thank you for watching.